How's it going? My name is Bryce, and this is my channel, Striving Intellect. And today we're going to be talking about a fascinating relic. And as you can see, there is a tablet on the screen. It's a picture of the ancient Mesopotamian tablet of the ancient epic of Gilgamesh. And it's a amazing piece of history. This is the first, or at least the oldest surviving written story or book, I guess. And obviously, this is a tablet that's been engraved onto a stone. It must have taken an extremely long time. And you can see there's actually a picture of Gilgamesh right there. That is him fighting a lion, it seems. And he was a great ancient warrior of the Mesopotamians. And we're going to go through this article. This is on the Encyclopedia Britannica. And it is an article by Adam Zaydan. What was the first book ever written? Learn about the earliest surviving literature. The earliest surviving written literature is from ancient Mesopotamia. The Epic of Gilgamesh is often cited as the first great composition, although some shorter compositions have survived that are even earlier, notably the Kesh Temple hymn and the instructions of the Sharapak. Apart from its length, the Epic of Gilgamesh may be considered the earliest significant composition because of its enduring impact on literature through the ages. It is believed to have influenced other ancient literature works, including the Iliad, the Odyssey, Alexander Romance literature, and the Hebrew Bible, aka the Old Testament, all of which continue to have significant literary impacts in their own right. Sorry, words are hard. So we're just going to go over the Epic of Gilgamesh, and this is another entry into the Encyclopedia Britannica. And this is the Epic of Gilgamesh, ancient Mesopotamian Odyssey, recorded in the Akkadian language about Gilgamesh, the king of the Mesopotamians, city-state Uruk. And again, this is a picture of the tablet that has the Epic of Gilgamesh on it. It must have taken an extremely long time, and obviously they wanted it to last forever, and seemingly it has lasted for ages, because this is from the 7th century, so 700 BC. The fullest extant text of Gilgamesh epic is on 12 incomplete Akkadian language tablets found in the mid-19th century by the Turkish Assyriologist Hormuzd Rizam at Nineveh in the library of Assyrian king Ashurbanipal, who reigned from 668 to 627 BCE. The gaps that occur in the tablets have been partly filled by various fragments found elsewhere in Mesopotamia and Anatolia. In addition, 5 short poems in the Sumerian language are known from tablets that were written during the first half of the second millennium BCE. The poems have been entitled Gilgamesh and Huwawa, Gilgamesh and the Bull of Heaven, Gilgamesh and Aga of Kish, Gilgamesh and Kidu and the Netherworld, and the Death of Gilgamesh. Sorry, those are kind of hard to pronounce. I tried my hardest. The Ninevite version of the epic begins with the prologue in praise of Gilgamesh, part and divine, part human. The great builder and warrior, knower of all things on the land and sea. In order to curb Gilgamesh's seemingly harsh rule, the god Anu causes the creation of Enkidu, the wild man, who at first lives among animals. Soon, however, Enkidu is initiated into the ways of city life and travels to Uruk, where Gilgamesh awaits him. Tablet 2 describes a trial of strength between the two men in which Gilgamesh is the victor. Thereafter, Enkidu is the friend and companion. In Sumerian texts, the servant of Gilgamesh. In Tablet 3 through 5, the two men set out together against Huwawa, or I guess that's pronounced Humbaba, the divinely appointed guardian of a remote cedar forest, but the rest of the engagement is not recorded in the surviving fragments, which that would be amazing if they were able to one day find the rest of that. In fragment 6, Gilgamesh, who has returned to Uruk, rejects the marriage proposal of Ishtar, the goddess of love, and then with Enkidu's aid, kills the divine bull that she sends to destroy him. Tablet 7 begins with Enkidu's account of a dream in which the god Anu, Ea, and Shamash decide that Enkidu must die for slaying the bull. Enkidu then falls ill and dreams of the house of the dust that awaits him. Gilgamesh's lament for his friend in the state funeral of Enkidu are the narrated in Tablet 8. Afterwards, Gilgamesh makes a dangerous journey. That's Tablets 9 and 10, in search of Utnapishtim, the survivor of the Babylonian flood, in order to learn from him how to escape death. When he finally reaches Utnapishtim, Gilgamesh is told the story of the flood and is shown where to find the plant that will renew youth. It's in Tablet 11. But after Gilgamesh obtains the plant, it ceases and eaten by serpents. It is seized and eaten by a serpent. A serpent in Gilgamesh returns still mortal to Uruk. An appendage to the epic, Tablet 12 relates a loss of objects called Paku in Miku, perhaps drum and drumstick, given to Gilgamesh by Ishtar. The epic ends with the return of the spirit of Enkidu, his friend, who promises to recover the objects and then gives a grim report on the underworld. I mean, for a pretty reasonably primitive society, the Mesopotamians were obviously composing some pretty advanced stories, and these stories have obviously been something that we've passed on, and we still know a large amount today. It seems as though a massive amount of our literature is influenced by these extremely old stories, and I really thought that was really fascinating. I hope you guys like that. I apologize for some of the pronunciation. these old words are hard to pronounce, and a large amount of them are in a different language completely. But I hope you guys like that. Please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.